course, we are getting into our first game of the day. It's going to be game number 25 here, and we are heading to Miramar for our 16 teams. Currently, FaZe leads the board right now with 222 points as the plane descends, and we head over to our commentary team. It's Pansy and Demon.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. And I am back. We are back. It's Miramar. Everybody is back on the field of play. And we have another 12 matches for you this week to roll on into the games. And I'm going to disagree with the desk. You know, they're talking about how people have got time to bed in and everything. I'm saying, no, we're 3 weeks in. It's time to get shit serious. Everybody should be playing to their full potential right now. That's what I think.
No, I'm not too dissimilar to you in that fact. I think that you have the first maybe week to kind of get settled in, especially for the newer teams to the league. I think you could give them more leeway than the others. New environment, you know, all of this stuff. There's plenty of things you can say, but by this point, the argument of, oh, there's plenty of time, it's a marathon, sure it is, but it's not like the others are going to suddenly get absolute garbage. If anything, everyone else is going to get better as well. So you can't just suddenly go, well, we didn't take it seriously for the first 3 weeks. Oh, no, look what we've done. You know what I mean? We made a mess. It kind of means that everyone's going to improve, unless there's a couple of issues here or there, potentially visa issues or internal roster issues where maybe players have just had enough of each other, which I don't think there will be at this point. I've got to say it. Like, well, there could be attitude problems, sure, but a lot of these coaches are here literally to deal with that.
Yeah, but this is when those sort of problems may arise, right? 3 weeks in. Some of the teams obviously fresh and new. Some of them have been together throughout, but most of them should have gaming houses sorted now. I just saw the Knights got a new gaming house, so they're now moved in. I saw them, you know, using a big flex, saying they've got a 1 gig internet and all this sort of stuff. So, you know, these teams, like you say, like your FaZe Clans, your NIPs, etc., that have been together. There's the same roster, Team Liquid, all these guys. There's no excuses for any of these. Yes, you can give DA a wild card this week.
They get a bit of a thing. Exactly. They get a little bit of a leeway this time around.
But outside of that, I mean, as you say, it's like they're past the quarter mark. You know, people should be looking at. We need to get wins. This is serious, and we're seeing it with the points. You know, there are starting to be a big gap, and yes. They could be looking at maybe, oh, you know, we've still got plenty of time to build it up. But that gap, I don't feel it's going to change too much. If anything, it may stretch further if people don't start picking it up. Because the likes of FaZe Clan, you know, they're starting to hit their stride, and that's a scary thing.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. The FaZe resurgence has been wonderful to watch. I don't know if it's going to continue so readily. This circle is going to be an interesting one for them. FaZe rotations were a bit of a meme for the last couple of months, but they really smoothed that out.
Where do they go when it's the circle on them? That's
exactly.
The question,
so I'm wondering with that. But of course, if you are just tuning in, guys at home will be looking out for Mythrain. I think it's Mert who could make it because of those visa issues explained on the desk already. But if you just tuned in because the game started, that is as to why. So this is why we're letting off DA. Now, don't get me wrong, they could do perfectly fine. It depends what role Mert was playing within that roster. If he was purely just there for frags, just, you know, kind of filling out as someone who delivers on that front, Mythrain can certainly do that. He's a very competent player, not obviously a pro player. He's not up in that tier, but he's still a very diligent player.
He's played a lot of. He's got a lot of experience.
He's played in competitions as well.
Competitions.
So
he's a big
not going to
streamer.
be exactly. I don't think he's going to be a huge issue. I just think that Digital Athletics might suffer a little bit because they've been really pushing into top threes a lot of the time. I think last week they didn't have the perfect performance. They were having some issues there, but again, I look to them and see what they can do down the line. I'm curious to see what they can achieve going forward in this position. If they can do anything today, that just, you know, adds fuel to the fire. But they're in a tricky spot here because there's a lot of teams vying for that area. You have the Knights towards where they want to head to, just over to their east. You have the FaZe Clan over in the west. They're starting to move themselves as well. But the north isn't clear. Winstrike hold Pozo for now. They've kind of got the southern side of the city, Na'Vi further north. So a lot of these teams already looking around this area. Drayden having to control this entire compound by himself. And I think FaZe might feel that. ENCE's already committed to this. Fuzzface is on the other side. He needs to be careful not to get isolated. And I think he's going to be smart about this and just hold the push out, which he should be able to spot now. Should be able to get that spot towards Drayden. I'm not sure if he got the full info. Hearing that, they should know what's up. The rest of the Knights are not close enough by. Drayden's on an island. and that island just got flooded.
Yeah, he tried. You know, he realized, okay, this is an unwinnable situation. Ironically for the Knights,
there
Snark has managed to get himself a crate. Iroh might be able to finish this one off. FaZe is going to try and come off. Gets the smoke down. Yeah, so it's actually cost them in the end there. Sixmo steals the kill away, and FaZe will be one down from that third party and across the road.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of those blue-looking stars in chat. I can imagine us seeing Iroh with the kills.
Timmy stole the Knight's kill.
So FaZe really gaining nothing from that situation. They do have the compound. That's something. That's a very small bit of silver lining, but it looks like Unity and Vitality are having a bit of a clash here. Nasus getting caught on the vehicle. Did end up going down due to that, but the kill does go to the pocket of orange.
It's something we haven't really got a chance to touch on yet with these circles. Obviously, where there is that cluster of teams, sort of northeastern side of the map, you know, between Unity, Vitality, TSM, NIP, G2. They're all sort of crammed in the same spot. So when there's a rotation like this, they're kind of always going to buffer into each other. I can see TSM, they've decided, okay, let's swerve as wide as we can around San Martin. G2 actually coming in behind them. So
Big
TSM a bit
2-2
slow
for G2.
moving.
Look at this. It's not just a whole squad here. They're leaving, I think it's Kaint and Erdir quite far back for now in El Azhar, maybe getting more loot. Well. And we do see the other two, Brexico, and I think that's Chris, kind of gatekeeping this area. It's going to be Unity going past them. You can see that. Information aplenty being gathered by the two forward players. I'm wondering when they kind of consolidate. We know that G2 do like that edge play. They're not in a hurry. They're comfy there. They frag out there.
And they might catch Reciprocity out, you know. They're coming up that northern road and going to go through El Azhar. They're obviously aware that that's where G2 drop, but I'm not too sure on the 6th minute plus whether they'll still be expecting them to be around there. We'll see where they go from there. ENCE on the move. They're going to be swinging it down south, round the back of Los Leones. So a real big swing for them. Of course, Raise Your Edge, expect them to be coming out the blue at some point.
Having a quick chat with ENCE before, and just, you know, they said to me, we're going to start winning now.
We're
tied. Yeah, they, I think they've focused up on that. I'm glad. I want them to do that because they're a great team. They did well in the hockey, so
that's true.
They've got to do well in PUBG.
Martin was putting a little bit of pressure on them. Basically, you know, saying, hey, it's only like the Knights, you know, Vitality, you guys, TSM, you guys don't have wins. M19 got 2 wins. Sticking out of Unity have got a win. Yeah. Even NIP have got a win, and they only got 2 wins in the whole of Phase 3, despite Phase 1. And maybe I'm predicting the future there, but the whole of Phase 1. But yeah, we'll see. Here comes Razor Edge, out of the blue as expected, standard stuff for them. CrowCrowd also coming in fairly late. They're actually in the driller, which I'm wondering if ENCE may bump into the back of. Team Liquid on the move already. They had a compound. They are moving. They are not happy with that compound.
No, it looks like they're getting too much attention from maybe the Knights, maybe DA. Maybe this, again, Team Liquid seem to always play these quite well. Oh, no.
No, they just flipped a bike. That's a double. That's a double.
And I don't know if someone shot the tire. I don't think he did. I think that might have been player error.
DA have instantly turned around to try and get it.
Yeah,
or they've just gone inside. They're safe.
Okay, so they can get revived. I'm pretty sure that just flipped the bike because it looks like the tires are still in place. So I did see DA looking that way, but
he made a terrible error.
Oh my god! Oh, can we get a replay on that? I'd really love to see what it tripped up on, because I know they're trying to thread the needle through the kind of wooden, you know, you can see it there, the 2 wooden stilts. But I don't know what they got caught on to be able to do that. That's pretty surprising.
They're going to be 2 to a car now, though, and I think DA are going to try and fancy this because this is quite a lot of points to be had. They're going to see whether they can get anything. Yeah, they've decided, okay, we're going to have to commit to this compound for now while everybody gets back on their feet.
Because look at that area around it. There's no big trip spots. There's no small rocks, I don't think. I'm a bit baffled that happened, if I'm honest. If we could get that back on a replay, I'd love that just to see how that went down. Because that's such a big loss. Because if they were looking to move towards the west, potentially...
That's the scout bike gone.
Exactly. So now they are really, really static. And they're a team that loves these kind of, I guess, fluid rotations. They really like being everywhere. And now they're pinned in. Now they've got DA very much looking in their direction.
If it goes north, they're in real trouble. Rotation-wise, Ratio Edge coming in just outside of Los Leones now, sort of up that main road. Reciprocity have swung way up to the north, La Cabrera style, coming in that way. We'll see where this circle goes. Will it go north, south, east, west? Will it center up? We do not know. It's been pretty harsh to some teams recently. That's a relatively decent center up, but of course there is a large portion of El Pozo in there, which some teams may try to avoid.
Fields. Yeah, this has got 2 kind of areas that are very rarely closed directly in on. And is this going to be the bike? It is. Let's have a little look as to what he got caught up.
All I hear is Martin laughing.
Yeah, I heard the big Dane.
The
But
big Dane laughing.
it looked like he just kind of like put the nose down too much and it just kind of flipped on it. I actually don't know what caused it to go that badly wrong. I mean, clearly it happened, but whatever.
Slamming
And
the
then
brake on too much.
it just looked like he kind of hit control and the nose went down too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking at this.
Team Liquid and ENCE are going to run right
Yeah,
into each other.
looking at this, if you're Team Liquid now as well, you're frustrated because it looked like they were
have
going
no
west.
idea.
They looked like they were heading around that way, and now look how close they are to everyone else doing the same thing. A small gap between them. It looks like ENCE might have just got out here, so there might be a bit of contact on that side.
Yeah, Team Liquid, there was a hit, but I don't think it's too big. It may have been, yeah, they're actually collecting other vehicles, so they're not aware that ENCE are up here still. Playing it carefully. They're going to try and take this wide west swing, which is what a few of the teams are going to do. You can see CrowCrowd have tried to do similar phase, trying to work their way in. They're trying to make a way as central as they can. That's a risky pull-up onto... They're trying to scout pose up, but we can see Winstrike have big, clear view on them. That's a really
surprising pull-up.
weak ditch, that is.
It does have, it's got the dip, but that's about it. The hillside has full vision on that, so FaZe maybe feeling very confident or very stupid. Don't know which.
Well, they're
It's
down
always
to 3. It's
a
risky.
fine line. Yeah, it is. So they will get, you know, I call it the long barn. Blame DayZ for ruining my comms, but now they're in the 2-2 pinch.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to expect Nuki and Timmy. I don't know where they've took a shot yet. And there comes the nade.
Nice
That's
nades.
a great nade through their little crack there. Gets a peek around. There was a headshot I saw coming out as well from Yuski, but they will back away from it. It caught 8C and Ubi can see. I think one stayed in the ditch. FaZe is still in the ditch, so it's not comfortable. I don't know how secure their vehicles are going to be over there.
Not very, because look at the car near Uber. That's already gone. So they've lost out on that mobility, which could have really paid dividends down the line if they needed to swing far north. They're kind of stuck there now. This is full commitment time. I doubt they'll get any other cars away from it. And now you've got Vitality on the hillside, NIP on the hillside, Na'Vi on the hillside. So for FaZe, it's hunker down time. It's deal with what's in front of you. But that southern side has a lot of teams rotating through now. This is up in the north. That's with TSM. They don't have too much to worry about. They might see Unity or Reciprocity. But the south, that's got G2, that's got Liquid, that's got ENCE, that's got Rage Your Rage, and the Knights all around.
Yeah, Wanted kind of separated from his team here. Trying to go for that wider split. He is safe. I don't think he's took too many shots on G2. They're not really going to pressure him. Razor Edge on the outskirts of Monte Nuevo. Here's NIP. They've got a relatively decent central position. You can see obviously the crater off just to the side. Obviously big open fields, that one. This crate coming down near Vitality. I don't know whether Shadow is going to come down off the hill and maybe have a go at that. There is relative safety behind him. We can see it because they have no clue other than clear scouting. ENCE and Team Liquid, by the way, update for them. ENCE decided to go the west side, so they're trying to move fully across, and it's forced Team Liquid to kind of go central, and they're coming in behind Digital Athletics again. Yeah,
this seems like a very common battle, considering where they both start is actually very close by. That first rotation they went for, very close by, so very similar routes they're going for. It looks like Vitality might be considering that crate. NIP could get vision, but I doubt they will. I doubt they'll crest that hill and see it. So they're pretty safe doing this, I'm almost certain. And a northern swing. Great for ENCE. They can just slide up the west real quick, which
Great
I'm probably sure what they're
TSM.
going to do. Yeah, TSM hold the north. Lovely positioning from them. Look at that. The 3 holding the line. You've got Michael just out being a kind of information player, being a nuisance. That's really good. I mean, he is expendable up there. But I've got to say, for ENCE, this is good. This is go time.
For TSM, they out-rotated Reciprocity. Reciprocity were kind of doing that, and TSM just went wider around La Cabrera. And as you mentioned about ENCE coming in on your screens there, going really far wide. They're going to come on the hillside. There's going to be no one on the back. They're actually going to come in probably above CrowCrowd, which may surprise CrowCrowd a little bit because they're trying to squeeze up as much as they can. Set's getting close to Wookie as a doozy just misses out. Dash Dish there, down wide. That is, of course, sort of on the edge of crater fields, this one now. NIP blasting across crater fields, actually directly behind a doozy. If he swam to the right, he'd see the whole of NIP passing by. There they are on your screen.
Yeah, Crater Fields is a scary, scary area. Reciprocity did manage to catch one of the NIP boys, so yeah, they're struggling on this rotation. And there's Gaxi finding a doozy, very open.
Away.
That was instant, very, very swift. Na'Vi had great position too, but you can see all the teams looking at this. They want a bit of it. FaZe on the move, Vitality not far off. If they tunnel vision on this, they're going to get third-partied hard.
Talking about CrowCrowd getting surprised, they did. Set gets taken down by ENCE coming out on that western side. Team Liquid also coming in behind CrowCrowd on the western side as Senya tries to land the shots, but the problem when you're on the edge of crater fields like that, you are silhouetting to everyone. There's so many teams in that small area. FaZe Clan actually coming up the hill behind Na'Vi now.
There's that third party. Vitality I was talking about. It's everywhere, whether it be Vitality. Uh-oh, Mythrain, that's not how you want to make a display here into the Pro League of things. He's managed to take off Sixmo. Anyway, Na'Vi now put on notice. They have to be careful. They're aware of Vitality, but they're not aware of FaZe.
The south side is getting very crowded, you can see. Digital Athletics on your screen, they're about to get joined by another couple of teams. G2 coming in behind them. Razor Edge actually forced to go wider, so they may come in close to them. G2, Kane has actually pulled up right next to Tab. Here's Reciprocity catching NIP as they try to escape the creative folds, but there's nowhere to go. There's Unity on the hill, there's Reciprocity, there's Vitality, there's Na'Vi. There is just nowhere free for them to go.
Look at this angle from Uber. That's so good with Fuzzface. They just controlled Na'Vi in that small little township just to the south of Crater Fields. There's nothing to be had for Na'Vi. They've been picked apart. They have no control, no steps. They need someone else to come in.
Gone.
And yeah, NIP flooded further south. They tried to get away from Reciprocity and they went straight into Unity, and Unity would have heard all of it. They were set up well. Bestaloch, I don't see him getting out of this. FaZe are really good at clearing this, but look at Vitality. They're coming in as well. We've got 3 teams now in this tiny little area. Bestaloch in the middle. FaZe now going to get contact from Vitality and probably wondering what the hell is going on, because they would have counted. They know that Na'Vi were only down to 1.
And Kramer just picked up that M249, remember, so he's level 3 gear as well. He's going to pop off a nade. He's actually going for FaZe Clan, so Bestaloch is just keeping his head down while that all happens. You can see in the lower corner, it's CrowCrowd. As Tab actually escaping G2, so they pulled up next to him, but he's running headlong into Team Liquid. There's nowhere for CrowCrowd. They're getting surrounded.
Yeah, we need to turn our attention soon to that southwest side. The southeast isn't much better. This town has become a problem. Vitality got out when the going was good. They now control the hillside, which is in the new circle. FaZe have been leapfrogged by Bestaloch, who might just take him down with him. You know what I mean? He's down to those options of having almost nothing to achieve. Now, Winstrike are moving in a similar spot because there's not much open ground, or sorry, excuse me, there's almost too much open ground. There's not much hard cover there. But now look at that southwest side. We're all seeing that shift across. I think a lot of people are considering that valley that currently Team Liquid and CrowCrowd are fighting over. G2 on far, DA's on the way, and so are the Knights.
Yeah, it's getting very, very busy down there. By the way, we were talking about Razor Edge earlier on. They took this wide path. Team Liquid took a lot of shots on them, and obviously we see them engaged now. But they've been gifted not only a crate, the circle. They've actually dug in front of ENCE somehow. So they've really come out quite well in this really late rotation. It's kind of paid off for them. Team Liquid, if that nade came out well, that's 3 members of Team Liquid stacked up there, but they will decide to go for the push. Senpai's not going to be aware of this. They've got 2 in the building directly below him, and they're going to try and push the share. You can see the shots coming through. He's trying to cook the nade out. He's actually tossed the nade out, I believe, so Team Liquid have got to avoid the nade. Damage doesn't hit them. They managed to avoid it. I think EB maybe took a little slice of damage, but they are safe as Santi gets a headshot.
Yeah, they should be safe, and they currently hold the line. Kemba's trying to break ahead and get in front of them, leapfrog their way through. Now, we know what DA like to do. They send it in these late circles. They see something central, they'll just go for it. Iroh's been found. He's been plucked out of the car.
Oh, Tab!
Confirmed as well. Tab finds the timing. He's just rocked up. Santi tried to get information, but is he going to get safe, or is he going down? Santi gets flushed, and Team Liquid hold off the CrowCrowd, but they have lost Santi in the process.
EB managed to come around and finish it off, and Kemba got taken down at the same time. So Team Liquid did finish them off, as you say, did get flushed out. Still haven't dealt with Bestaloch here, FaZe, and now they've got Vitality all around them. We can see Shadow holding the close line, Kramer just out back. Meanwhile, look in the picture-in-picture, you can see ENCE there engaged with TSM and Razor Edge all engaging, and ENCE in the, basically caught in the crossfire.
Shadow's got the angle on this as well. Shadow and Kramer are holding this so well. Fuzzface and 80 and Uber are all in trouble. The nades are coming through and it's doing damage. Razor Edge and TSM combine onto ENCE. They've been eliminated. Look at that open field they just got picked apart in. Now Bestaloch chooses the perfect time to strike. He gets one, but he can't do more. Na'Vi goes down in 13th, not too surprising after they got torn limb from limb. But now FaZe Clan has several issues on several fronts. The main one is Vitality. They hold the circle, and there's very few other options for FaZe here.
The problem for Vitality, they can't peek too far because Winstrike are taking shots up the hill, so they can't go for that wide peak onto 80. So he's got a relative safety cushion, but he himself can't push up this hillside because he'll get caught by Winstrike as well. They do get Fuzz back on his feet, so now they're back. It's a 3-on-3, and Kramer just trying to mow down through the smoke.
Yeah, here comes the blue FaZe. No, they need to make the move soon. Get the heals up, get going on it. Team Liquid and G2 potentially about to clash as well. That's the next big thing. This is going to be a big battle on 2 fronts. Kramer playing every angle, spots out 80. Where's the cover? Where's the call? He needs his teammates to find a couple of these shots. G2 have just turned up on Liquid. Jeeves and Gemty suffer off the back and Liquid's done for. G2 played the timing right. They waited just the right time. Kramer is dancing around every bit of cover he has, but he's losing out on teammates as well. It's just him and Jazza. FaZe have somehow found a pathway forward.
Oh,
Jazza goes down. Kramer needs to do everything. That this is insane from him.
He's got another.
That's another big play from Kramer. He somehow brought it down to the situation. He's got time on a heel. Fuzzface, he knows he had to push that. He knows he's lost out the timing. Oh, but he saves it on the angle.
Oh, that was close. The Blues on their backs. He's got to get Uber and 80 back on their feet ASAP. There is a decent amount of loot there as well for them to have, but they are outside of the circle, and they've got to run down the hill. Mythrain strikes. Car98 takes G2 off his feet, puts Brexco down on his ass, but he's going to get back up in a second. But look at that circle. It has donated in, and so many teams need to make headway here through these little nook and crannies.
Okay, for me, I love the fact that DA have done this time and time again. They send it. They play very passive, and then suddenly they just go, all right, just let's go straight in. They're not afraid to crash Compound Central.
TSM.
And it is going to be Reciprocity and TSM about to clash. Look at that northern side. There's a bit of cover between them, but these outskirts are absolutely deadly. G2 are under fire from M19. M19 a perfect vision of G2's rundown, be it not going to be DA. Either of the two can completely pin him in. And look at this. This is such a horrible run for so many teams. Brexco trying to dodge, dip, weave, do anything he can to find some form of safety, but he's getting tagged up everywhere. Dimash praying for a bullet to hit, but Brexco finds the cover he was waiting on, and there's the hit between TSM and Reciprocity.
Yeah, it's going off in the north side. You can see FaZe, they're trying to make a run down the hill alongside Winstrike. They're getting pushed also by the Knights, who are trying to come out the south. So it's a battle on multiple fronts. Here's Reciprocity and TSM on your screen in the bottom corner. They are going at it. That is on the peak of the northern edge. You can see Wookie already done and confirmed. He's going to bleed out. Michael making a run for it. Yak said he just get caught out. Wookie will get finished, but it's Unity that are getting involved in this. They're off onto the side, and they're putting a lot of damage down. Rafi gets caught out and flushed out. Reciprocity weren't expecting this getting caught in the back.
No, look at Winstrike and FaZe. They are going at it on the hillside. Going to find Nookie. It's going to be 80 that did get caught off there, so that's a bit of a problem. The Fuzzface, enraged by what's happening with Uber, pushing past Winstrike. I do still think there's at least one or two players up for Winstrike, though. They still have potential, and Wanted is kind of creeping on that side. But you've got to still look at G2. You still have to look at Raise Your Edge. They're doing okay here. Reciprocity back to the blue. TSM eyeing them up. And now where is Jorski? He's the last man standing for Winstrike.
Fuzz is in the circle there, so Uber's just trying to watch out for Jorski. Now he's getting shot from the back.
Nice
There we
work
go.
from Uber.
Winstrike get flushed out. So FaZe down to 2, but they've got themselves, I think, 7 kills and counting maybe, has Wanted down low. TSM and Reciprocity still going at it, but you can see Unity have
they're
them
so
pinned.
screwed.
Nowhere for Reciprocity to go.
Yeah, this is so harsh for Reciprocity. That third party actually going towards TSM is super helpful, but one good nade might just be the end of them. I don't think Michaels can reach, but Reciprocity know they're kind of screwed at this point, and Unity are moving in. They're sweeping this. They're moving down. Tizeran's there. They're all moving on this. Unless Unity make a huge error, this is Reciprocity dead. Now the circle has come in. It's centered up on DA. They have the prime compound, and there are those nades.
Unity have got a nice hillside though. You saw Blaston in the distance. He had a really good ridgeline, so it's looking good for Unity at the moment. They can score themselves a lot of points looking down this hill. Wanted's also getting pushed out. That's going to be Reciprocity done and gone. 9th place for them. M19, of course, been sitting in this compound along with DA. Have Raise Your Edge moving down. G2 still trying to get across that field along with Wanted here, who's looking for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, he's on the hunt. There's not much left of them, but he can be a real pain. I need to look at the ground, the terrain they have to work with. Yes, this plateau is actually very nice. Yeah. Mythrain needs to be very important to DA here if they really want to keep people off and be a pain. He can pick. That's the best thing about that Car98. This is when you want your Chris's, your Mythrains, whoever's got those sort of, bolt actions, they need to be delivering those shots. That's what they could be looking for. Otherwise, it's Gauntlet runs.
Wanted has an eye on Fuzzface there. He knows where he is, but the Blues continuing to force him to move, so is in trouble. TSM getting picked off. That's Rory Michael down. Raise Your Edge, try and make the move into the ditch across the road from M19. That moves them into grenade range, though, and immediately you see the nades rattling off. Gustav's about to go down to the blue. That's going to be TSM eliminated. Unity collecting a lot of points at the moment on this ridgeline.
Yeah, lovely positioning. Fuzzface did catch a glimpse of whoever Wanted, it was Wanted, but the third party from G2's come in. Exactly. As soon as they moved towards it, as soon as they committed over that ridgeline, the spots came out, but everyone can see everyone. Look at this. As soon as G2 shoots FaZe, M19 gets angles. It's this kind of knock-on effect. And we're seeing Unity again stretching their legs. This is very nice ground taking. This is very good ground to be had. Fuzzface trying to just loot up whatever he can. He's going to do his best he can as an individual now. Razor Edge can't stay here either, and they've got an open road to run. They have to get a knock on M19 here. Sigsy's going to try and provide an off angle. You're banking on Chris to hit a shot. That's what you're waiting on. You get that knock, you go. But no one's really peeking him right now. He's getting away with a couple of peeks here and there. But M19 are being cautious, and here come those nades.
In amongst this chaos, there's Kane getting caught out by Fuzz. Now they're going to try and make this move. Sigsy tries to get across the road. Manax through the smoke. Can't quite get there. M19 just mow them down. Chris gets up close. He's found, and Razor Edge will go down. It's a 5th place finish for them. It means FaZe has got himself a top 4. Now, do Unity try and take this chance to maybe catch a knock? M19 on completely the other side. As soon as they peek, you see that headshot coming out from Blast on Hunter Constantine. He has to duck himself in.
Why is it with Digital Athletics and playing well with stand-ins? What is going on? Why are they so good at it? All right, Circle Shrink coming in. And, well, a bit of both of the compounds are still in this. Unity are in trouble. That's the big storyline here, and the ground they have to traverse is not easy. Looking at the north, it's a bit of a gauntlet again. They still have a vehicle. Are they all in one car right now? Oh my word, this is brave or stupid. We're going to find out which.
Oh my god.
They're all going in the same car. I guess they have to try and do something, but this is a disaster waiting to happen.
There's a ditch.
Oh my god, they got in the ditch. Yeah. But they got in.
No, that's it. They're in the ditch. They're safe. So they've gone for the low ground, and it's actually paid off for them. Now, it's pulled DA's attention. Are they watching for Fuzzface still in the hillside? Yes. The Beautiful Death is looking that way. There's shots towards Fuzzface, so he's trying to dodge, duck, and weave, and everybody's attention will turn that way. The second there's shots go off, everyone's like, who they're shooting? There's somebody in the hills. There's a free kill. There's a free kill. There's a free point. Well, FaZe Clan, they've got themselves 9 kills, so they're not going to be too worried about going down here in 4th place. Meanwhile, M19 do turn their attention down that hillside to Unity. It's a new problem for them.
Fuzzface, how long can he stay alive here? Look at the amount of eyes looking at him. He did really well to stay alive that long, considering they lost down a player quite early on. FaZe pulling into 4th. And now let's look at what we have left. 3 teams, 11 players, so it's high player teams. Only Iroh missing out of all these 3. So M19 have all 4, Unity all 4, and DA have 3. Now, compound-wise, DA still sit very pretty in this. I mean, if it goes very central, that's where they could be screwed, but I like what they're doing. Putting Sixmo in a position that they currently are is dangerous. Very dangerous, but it could pay off down in the long run, but he's lost out. It was a risky play. And again, risk-reward factors. If you want to go for wins, if you want to go for that later position, it's a good idea, but maybe they didn't fully understand the line of sight that Unity had here. And that's simply them not getting full vision.
Oh, Unity confirming that kill. Blaston, he's on it at the moment. Orange and Tizrin also got themselves 4 apiece, so 10 kills and counting for Unity. As they look towards trying to collect any more, is DA going to go looking for more? Constantine's got a really good angle onto Blaston. Does a 360 jump in the air just to catch out. I wish he'd have popped the gun off as well, maybe landed a shot.
That would have been the one. Now, Circle just squeezing everyone in slightly. Everyone's still safe. Unity's position actually isn't bad. M19 obviously have full vision on this.
They got a lot of trees that can dodge
Exactly,
between.
there is cover to run to.
They've barely used any smoke so far.
DA are so lucky that Circle's kept him in.
And
Unity is struggling. This is rough for Unity. Their last move to get into this low ground was really nice.
Where's Dimash going? He's got in a car. He's moving the car. I'm just keeping my eye on the map while we see the replay. Dimash is moving. He's actually gone towards DA, so he's actually used and gone towards the little ditch, the rock there.
Perfect.
And
this is being proactive in late game circles, try and ensure circle position. This is good. I don't mind this at all. This gives you, 1, better angles on Unity. It can support you against DA. Now, Unity need to move. They need to find a way forward. There isn't much. They still have utility, though. That's a big thing. But look at those shots from M19. They're getting close. Orange,
I like it. I like it. Orange made the move. He got into position. That smoke wall's down. So now Constantine, as soon as they shows in the window, bam, hit him. Because there's only so many windows you can peek out of up there. And the Wanderer tries to do the same. Instant reply. Mini 14's working wonders.
Now, this is why you saw one of the players from DA make that push. This position, they were trying to deny being able to happen for Unity. If he'd pushed up and held this side, that would have been perfect for him. They would have got the kills on Unity. That was the knock-on effect that they could have had. That was the power they could have controlled. And that's what Dimash did for M19. It's an insurance-y policy happening. Now, Unity stay alive with 4. DA are down to 2. Might be down to 1 if they keep peeking Dimash like that, and M19 still hold great position. But running forward, it's just rocks and open field. The car was already taken. I think there might be 1 more car with M19, maybe.
So now the problem is, of course, the center point. it does not favor anyone. It's a case of who's going to move first. Who can get out of there? There's a headshot on Blaston. He's actually quite far out, so that may be a loss. I don't think anyone's going to be able to get back and recover him. He was the anchor man, and that may cause a problem. Dastish is trying to get himself central. While this is happening, look, you can see they've got that little ridge line. So Dastish is getting central, but DA are moving. DA are come to the fence. They're not looking at the moment. Tizzerin's so focused on this fight here. Orange just took a peek to the left there. The nades are coming down. They've got to be aware of DA making the move for the fence line.
Really big nade from Mythra, then took Tizerin just down to 1 HP, but where's the next push? They need to get a kill here. They need a knock for DA if they want to take this hillside. They want to take that low ground ridge. They get the tag, but not the frag. Tizerin still stands, and a beautiful death is down to 22. They look for other options, but Dimash is pushed up. This is M19 smothering the battlefield.
Dastish has actually moved right up on the hill. He's going to catch Wanderer completely off guard in a second. They've all slowly pushed forward. The nades, of course, coming out here. The last one left for Dastish. That catches Elite player. He's down to nothing. Can he follow the next one up on the rocket? Will catch him out. Midrain's been downed. That's DA down to 1 now as Dimash makes a big push onto the warehouse. That's a really ballsy play coming out there. He will get knocked. A beautiful death, making him pay for it. Now, will the rest of Unity be able to make that work for them? Blaston will bleed out. That's in the blue. We already saw him go down. Constantine off the side. Beautiful death. Getting that smoke wall down as they try and center up.
And he still has one more smoke. He can still be a real nuisance here, but he's banking on Unity, getting some shots towards M19.
They've stacked. Constantine, where's those nades going? One big nade could finish it, but Dastish gets a lead player down, and now they're going to try and smother the hill.
This ain't bad at all. The nades though coming back in. You can't get 2 tunnel vision now. This is go time. Orange. Oh, what was that shot? He's absolutely whiffed it. At the perfect timing, he had the angle.
He's going to stick the revive, but there's a nade coming towards him. He's got to be careful. Beautiful death laying off, and
the
Unity
angle.
might get picked off completely. He gets a spray down. Beautiful death just needs to land one more hit. The smoke comes down, plays its way. Dastish back on his feet, comes around. M19 catch him out. Beautiful death can take it right here. One more shot in the back. He's got to find Constantine. He saw him on the rock.
1v2. Oh, he's got 1. And now the 1v1. The Wanderer's off to the right. He's already got 3 kills. Shots came in from the Wanderer, but a nade's come out. He's trying to get the points. He's trying to do everything he can. Spots the nade, goes for the push. This is good play from a beautiful death.
19
He's gone
bullets.
under where he expects. He needs a big shot, though. He needs to keep moving forward. He just gets away with his life. This is perfect. He can still do this. A Wanderer, he's looking nervous. He's looking a little lost for an idea. He's got Molotovs, he's got flashes, he's got everything. He's blind. The beautiful death is blind. The molly comes in. Oh, and he's made the push. The Wanderer just about does it. But there's a world in which I saw that going so badly wrong.
Oh my word, that could have gone anywhere, honestly. Unity, DA or M19, who wanted to take the victory? You can see, I mean, these players are going to replay that, replay the final moments, the final